Call the regular city council meeting, Wednesday, June 12th, 2013 to order. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Alderman Putoff.
Here.
Ferrari.
Here.
Waldorf.
Here.
Makoshius.
Here.
Perez.
Here.
Radke. Mueller.
Here.
Sapienza. Mayor Harrell.
Here, pledge of allegiance. Okay, do we have a presentation tonight?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, public comment. We have a card, Rick Roberts and Sheila Jackson. But as I told you on the phone, Sheila, to comment at this time, it needs to be something that's pertaining to what's already on the agenda, but there'll be another chance at the end of the meeting, right after petitions and communication. So, do we have a motion to receive the regular meeting minutes of June 3rd, 2013 and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor. Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Waldorf to receive the regular meeting minutes of June 3rd, 2013 and place on file. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. We'll go to committee reports. Accounts and Finance, Alderman Putoff, Alderman Radke.
No report at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll go to Public Works. Alderman Waldorf, Alderman Lukosius.
Yes, Your Honor. Tonight, I'd like to make a motion to award the bid for the electric department transformer to the lowest bidder, TNR Electric, in the amount of $394,150. And as a side note on this transformer came with a 3-year warranty, and additional years 4 and 5 would have been $11,000 per year. But due to the extremely good negotiating skills that our superintendent electric department has, we got them to throw that 4th and 5th year in there, so it was a $22,000 savings for us.
I'll second the motion, Your Honor.
Okay, we have a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf, to award the bid for the electric department transformer to the lowest bidder, TNR Electric, in the amount of $394,150, and that includes how many more years of warranty?
We have a 5-year warranty.
5-year up from 1? Up from 3, so two more years. Okay, is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Makoshius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, next I would like to make a motion to authorize approval of landfill monitoring wells.
I'll second that.
Motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius, to authorize approval of landfill monitoring wells. This is to do the study and have the easement so that we can, okay.
Yes, sir. They're down across the river by the landfill. I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4 proposed wells. This is to comply with EPA mandates.
Okay, is there any further discussion?
I just have a few questions. Who does the assessment? I have the paperwork, but it doesn't say who does the assessment on this. Who drafted this? Was it?
The IEPA. Go ahead, Mike.
Handle that?
Yeah, Illinois EPA requires the city to do quarterly sampling and monitoring from various monitoring wells to assess the integrity of the landfill to contain the waste. One of the wells over the past, I believe it's actually been about 4 years, has shown a consistent deviation from the norm in terms of what it is picking up, what the various contaminants are monitoring. So this is in response to satisfy the EPA's essentially what would be a non-compliance advisory that well is indicating a potential issue. What you're doing in lieu of potentially digging up that whole section of the landfill to prove there's not a problem is proposing. What you're doing tonight is committing to a proposal to the EPA to install 3 monitoring wells that will essentially prove that what that well is seeing is actually coming in to the landfill from the river as opposed from the landfill out to the river. So tonight you're agreeing to submit this response plan to the EPA. Then the 3 new wells along with the 1 existing well, which shows you the 4 wells on that site plan, would be put in the bid. We estimate about $6,000 per well for about $18,000 based on a preliminary proposal, but we would get additional prices in a bid format for that work.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And actually, the numbers went down, but they still want it monitored because they went down. They're not staying level. So you would think down would be better, but it's not what they're saying. So we have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius, to authorize the approval of landfill monitoring wells. If there's no further discussion, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke. Mueller. Sapienza.
Motion approved.
Then I have a couple of announcements, Your Honor. From the desk of the Superintendent of Public Works, flushing of the city distribution system will begin on Sunday, June 9th, 2013, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. Will continue daily through Friday, June 14th. Residents may experience discolored water and low pressure during the flushing program. Respectfully submitted, Superintendent of Public Works, Gary Black. The next announcement that I have involves the collection of the yard bags, the city lawn bags. This is on the website if you need to review it, and it has already been submitted to the media, so it will be in the newspaper and on the radio. Beginning on Monday, June 24th, 2013, the City of Peru has contracted with Illinois Valley Waste Services to pick up city lawn bags. We ask that the residents note the following. Only City of Peru lawn waste bags will be picked up. Bags can be purchased at the city clerk's office or at various local stores. The bags will only be picked up on Mondays. I thought that was the best day. It will give everyone the weekend to work on their lawns. Residents are asked to have the lawn bags out at the curb by 6 a.m. on Monday morning. It is a violation to dump the lawn bags at the city garage or at the city landfill. Anyone found doing this will be fined. If you have any questions, please call the Public Works Department at 815-223-2962. Thank you.
Alderman, is there a list of all stores where the bags are located somewhere that?
I'm sure the clerk's office has a list.
I can get that.
Yeah. Maybe that should go to the media also, or in the announcement. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, Public Health and Safety, Alderman Ferrari, Alderman Sapienza.
I'd like to start off, Your Honor, by making a motion to authorize the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to fill vacancy of full-time firefighter/engineer created by the retirement of firefighter engineer Gary Eccles. I'll make that a motion.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Sapienza, to authorize the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to fill vacancy of full-time firefighter/engineer created by the retirement of firefighter/engineer Gary Eccles. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Present.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller. Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Chief Burnaby, you want to go ahead and do your?
Yeah, we met at the Public Health and Safety Committee, and Jeff and I gave a report on the 911 board met this morning, with representatives of the Police Department, Ambulance Service, and Fire Department. The whole 911 board met, and we're going to be, 911 board has authorized to purchase for our dispatch center and for our emergency services something called automatic vehicle locator. And what that is going to do is, if you can imagine in the dispatch center now, if you dial 911, whether it's on a landline or whether it's on a cell phone, a big map comes up and it's Peru, and it shows the aerial photos of a house, where that call's coming from, the whole geographic area. If it's a cell call, it'll be within, 100 meters of the where the person's standing, where that cell phone is. And so we have a map of where the call's coming from. This automatic vehicle locator system that 911 is going to purchase for us and install will, in real time, also show instantly on that map where every patrol car is in the city, any ambulances that are out, Jeff's going to have his current first out engine, because it has a computer and his rescue squad. The 911 board is also going to buy a new computer for the new engine that's going to arrive in a year or so. So our dispatchers will immediately be able to know who the closest car is to a particular call, who they should dispatch. It's just wonderful technology. It's been something we've been working on for quite some time, and we made our presentation, and they agreed to go ahead and do that. So that's really going to be a benefit, a safety issue. We'll know where people are at all times. We'll be able to track anything as far as speeds of vehicles. If an ambulance is responding to a call and for some reason we don't have communications with them, God forbid something happen, an accident or whatever, we'd be able to track where they are in real time. So the ambulance director and I and the fire chief made a presentation today, and they agreed to do that. So we're real pleased about that. It's going to integrate with our current mapping technology. Two other things we approached the 911 board with today, and they agreed to do. The fire department has a radio console in their dispatch room, and it's been failing and need to be replaced. So we kind of killed two birds with one stone. If we have a 911 system failure, our calls route to Ottawa, and they answer our 911 calls in their dispatch center, and vice versa. If their 911 calls can't be answered for whatever reason, we answer them in our dispatch center. The issue would be if we had a failure with our radio consoles in our dispatch center, or had to evacuate the police department for whatever reason, a gas leak or a whole host of things, we wouldn't be able to page out the emergency services. So the 911 is going to purchase the fire department a radio console that will be able to be a backup 911 center. So if we had some type of issue at the police department where we had to evacuate or whatever, our dispatchers could operate out of the fire department. And again, the ETSB is going to make that purchase for us. And then there were several other things that they're going to do in the way of getting us a couple of MDCs, additional computers for the police department. With the new cars that we've been purchasing, our older MDCs, which are very functional, are too big. They don't fit in the consoles. So we're going to transfer a couple of those to the fire department and ambulance service, and then have this automatic vehicle locator. So the reason for that detailed report is when you see the members of the ETSB board, please be sure to thank them. They're spending a lot of money, and every year we continue to build the funds up. We have a good reserve in the 911 system, and we don't have any debt, and we're constantly upgrading the system. So when you see those 911 board members, please thank them.
Thank you, Chief. Alderman Sapienza?
We have no report this evening for the fire department, but I'd like to say a few things. This morning, I went to a supervisory safety committee meeting, and it deals with all the people that have to do with the dangerous things that they have to do in the police and the fire department. And one of the things I always thought was accidents are always going to happen, and just have to look at it that way. And Jeff King basically told us today that that's not the way it's going to be, and that's not the way it has been. I hate to put accidents and injury into numbers, but here's a little example of what he means after he implements his safety program to everyone, which incidentally he does very effectively at a meeting. In 2010, when he first began, the workman's comp costs for the city of Peru were $338,526. $338,500. In 2011, it dropped to $60,300, and in 2012 it was $30,800 in round numbers. Now that 338 to 30. If we put accidents and injury into numbers, look at the savings. Very good job. Kudos to you, Jeff.
That would be in claims. Correct.
This is workman's compensation costs, right?
Claims paid.
Yeah, those are claims paid coming off of our work comp costs. The biggest thing goes out to the employees of the city. We were feeding them the whole idea of the safety committee when we really started doing it is to involve everybody as a team. and what those drops in costs, and you see where you're at there, you can see that the employees have bought into our safety program, and that's where we want to be at. We got 100% commitment to the safety program, and you know, we're doing well. This year alone, we only have 4 recordable incidents and 1 that's really compensable, and that's it. So we're looking at so far year to date, real minor costs as far as work comp. So it's a credit to all the employees of the city. They're doing an outstanding job.
It certainly is, Jeff. It really is. And it's also to the leader of the safety program.
Chief King, you got anything else?
The only thing we got is this weekend we're having the benefit for Gary at the park, the water fights for Gary Eccles. That's going to be starting. Sign-ups at 11 and the shoot will start at noon. We'll be doing water fights. We got invitations out to all the fire departments. Last year we had a great turnout. And it looks like this year is going to be just the same. So, and we're working together with Friends for Peru Pool, so we'll be at the same location. So.
And I see in conjunction we're going to have a band this year.
Yeah, Dennis Lummer, which is one of the engineers, has a band, and they're donating their time, and they're going to come to the park from 4 to 7 and play. So,
If we let them.
Yeah, all depends. We'll see what you guys say here, if you approve it or not, but hopefully you will.
Thank you, Chiefs. That's all under public health and safety.
Public property, Alderman Perez, Alderman Mueller.
Yes, Your Honor. We don't have a report at this time. However, we did have a public property committee meeting this evening. A couple of things we discussed was the sale of the ESDA building. We are seeking an appraisal for that. Once that comes in, we're looking at towards the end of the month. We will decide whether we're going to sell that for 80% of the market value or send that out for bids. So we'll have more discussion on that when that time comes. We had also a Park and Rec Board meeting last night, and I brought some things to the attention of our committee and Public Works. One of the big things is those pet stations that I had brought up last year about putting staging a couple of them at some of our parks. It has a post with a waste can and some waste bags on it for the dog litter. And what's going to happen is the Park and Rec is going to purchase a couple of them, and they're going to have them put at the dog park there. And Mr. Steve Michelini is donating one of those to the city, and those can get pretty costly, $300-400 each. So we're going to be looking into posting a couple of those up there at the dog park there, which will help out a lot to both the people that are taking their pets up there and Public Works, because now everybody's just throwing their feces inside of the garbage cans, and it gets kind of dirty up there. So that's going to help us out a great deal. Other than that, I don't have anything further. Just touch on a couple things there. Alderman Mueller?
No, nothing at this time.
Nothing else, Your Honor.
The only question I have is, I usually build a float down in that is the building we're going to have for Cops for Cancer, I'm hoping. Am I going to affect anything if I still do it there, or?
When is the parade? When do you have the float going to be?
What about a hangar out at the airport? I think the last time you did it out there.
I could see if he's got one available.
I think there's a couple available right now.
All right.
Your Honor, one quick thing. The landscaping, we discussed that a little bit. What we're going to do is we agreed amongst the committee and Superintendent Bleck that we're going to hire a couple of summer helpers to finish out the year, and then we'll decide what we're going to do for next year. But moving forward, and we're going to hire a couple just to finish out the landscaping for the rest of this season at our parks and throughout the public area. So other than that, nothing else.
Okay, report city attorney, ordinances, resolutions.
Yes, Illinois state law requires all municipalities within the state to pass what is known as a prevailing wage rate ordinance, and that Illinois law provides that that ordinance be passed in June at the rates as determined by the Illinois Department of Labor, and for our municipality that would be those as determined by the Illinois Department of Labor for LaSalle County. Now therefore be it ordained, to the extent as required by the Act, prevailing rates of wages in this locality for laborers, mechanics, and other workers engaged in construction or public works coming under the jurisdiction of the city is hereby ascertained to be the same as the prevailing rate of wages for construction work in LaSalle County. Area is determined by the Department of Labor of the state of Illinois as of June of the current year,
Copy of that determination being attached here to and incorporated herein is required by the Act. Any and all revisions prevailing rate of wages determined by the Department of Labor, State of Illinois, shall supersede the Department's June determination applied to any and all public works construction undertaken by the city. Definition of any terms appearing in the ordinance, which are also used in the aforesaid Act, shall be as the same as in the Act. Section 2, nothing herein contained shall be construed to applying to any work or employment except public works construction of the city to the extent as required by the Act. City clerk of the city shall publicly post and keep available for inspection by interested party in the main office of the city for this determination or any revisions of such prevailing rate of wage. A copy of this determination shall be attached to all contract specifications. City clerk shall mail a copy of this determination to any employer and any association of employers and any person or association of employees who have filed the names and addresses requesting copies of any determination stating the particular rates and particular class of workers whose wages will be affected by such rates. City clerk shall publish this ordinance in News Tribune and shall promptly file certified copy of this ordinance with both the Secretary of State Index Division and the Department of Labor, State of Illinois.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read.
I just have one question for corporate counsel. I don't have a copy of that ordinance, but that is a standard prevailing wage ordinance, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's required by state
Sure.
law. It's passed every year, and it has to be the determination as made by the Department of Labor in June. That's why it's typically passed in the month of June.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was the standard one, standard ordinance. Thank you.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Do we have a second? Okay, we have a motion by Alderman Press, second by Alderman Mueller, to approve the ordinance establishing prevailing wage rates for the city of Peru, Illinois, as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Prokosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke. Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
I have nothing else, Your Honor.
Okay, unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business?
I have a couple of things, Your Honor. First of all, the city conducted its electronics recycling event on Saturday, and it was an enormous success. The weather was great, and it was the biggest turnout we've had so far. So we'll be scheduling another event in the fall. Secondly, I'd like to announce on July 3rd, in conjunction with the city's annual 4th of July celebrations, along with the CSO on Water Street, we'll be having an Air National Guard Band of the Midwest concert at Centennial Park, and it's going to be from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. And this is going to be a 50-piece National Guard band that's going to travel up from the Peoria area and perform at no cost to the city. Also, I'd like to remind everyone about the Peru, Friends of the Peru Pool Fun Fair, which is going to be this Saturday as well.
Any other unfinished business?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd just like to remind the council and the public of the Adopt-A-Boom, the 50/50 drawing to help keep the cost down of our fireworks. And we started that, and the city clerk's office are selling some tickets along with the Park and Rec Board and myself and some of the other aldermen. Anybody's interested in helping sell those tickets, that would be great. We'll be announcing the winner on July 3rd at 9 p.m. at Water Street. Thank you.
Also, Your Honor, I'd just like to ask if anybody's available Saturday at 8 o'clock to help set up that fun fair at Centennial Park. I'd be appreciative.
Anything else under unfinished business? New business? Any new business?
I have a couple of things under new business as well. The first is the Peru American Legion Post 375 and Peru Veterans Memorial Group will be sponsoring a Flag Day ceremony and a flag retirement ceremony at Peru Veterans Memorial Park on Friday, June 14th at 6 p.m. The increased use of American flags since 9/11 has brought about a very large number of worn and tattered flags that need to be disposed of properly. The ceremony will be conducted by the Peru Boy Scout Troop 123. The actual service will be conducted as recommended in the U.S. Flag Code. Anyone interested in bringing an American flag to have it retired properly should be at Veterans Park by 6 p.m. The public is invited. For more information, contact Bob and Kay with Senior, Commander of the American Legion Post 375 at 815-252-1243. Also, Your Honor, I'd like to make a request for volunteers. The city is going to be working in conjunction with Concerts for a Cause and taking care of the parking this year, and we're looking for anyone that's interested in volunteering their time to participate in the event, and they can contact the city clerk's office. Thank you.
Any further new business? Any proclamations,
No, Your Honor.
petitions, communications?
Yes, Your Honor, we have a communication from Bob Powell of Life Church requesting permission to hold a kids' craft event on July 16th through July 18th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Centennial Park. Life Church has also coordinated another event that was approved at a couple council meetings ago, and this is coupled with that, so looking for permission to do that, and I know they've made arrangements for the park already.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we allow that.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Radke, to receive the communication from Bob Powell of Life Church requesting permission to hold a kids' crafts event on July 16th through 18th from 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. at Centennial Park. And it's already been approved as far as the room is available, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Next, we have a communication from Dennis Lemmer of the band Second Chance requesting permission to perform at Centennial Park as part of the fun fair and benefit for Gary Eccles from approximately 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Do we have a motion to receive the communication?
So moved, Your Honor.
Granted permission.
Got a motion by Alderman LaCosta, second by Alderman Ferrari, to receive the communication from Dennis Lemmer of the band Second Chance requesting permission to perform at Centennial Park as part of the fun fair and benefit for Gary Eccles from approximately 4 p.m. through 7 p.m. and grant permission. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Last, we have a communication from Cameron Graper of the Axe Church requesting permission to use Centennial Park for a family movie in the park on August the 16th, and the public will be invited to that event and to participate.
Is the park available?
They've made arrangements on the park as well.
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the communication?
Second.
I have a motion from Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Perez, to receive the communication from Cameron Graper of Axe Church requesting permission to use Centennial Park for a family movie in the park on August 16th. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Any further communications? Public comment. Okay, Mr. Roberts and Ms. Jackson need to come up to the microphone.
Your Honor, I had one thing I forgot to mention. Our open house for the fire department is normally the July 4th weekend. With everything that's going on, especially the concert and stuff like that, we're moving our open house until the fall. So if that could get in the paper, that'd be great. Some people have called, so we're going to move our open house to the fall. So just so everybody knows that.
Okay, go ahead, public comment.
I would, my name is Rick Roberts. I live on 15th Street in Peru, and I would like to discuss the way the construction is being done on the roads with the curbs and gutters there. I don't understand why the curb on the south side of the road.
Excuse me, Rick, could you step up a little bit more to the mic, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't understand why the curb was raised up so high on the south side of the road, when all they had to do was grind it down 3 inches below the actual curb itself and re-asphalt it. We got issues with her driveway running at 3 different angles now. Another neighbor's sidewalk is running downhill towards her house. And on the north side of the road, they filled the gutter so the water can't run. Instead of having a trough in the gutter like it's supposed to be run, so the water can run down to the sewer, it's not happening. What's going to happen is the same thing that happened last time they did that road. Where the trough is on the north side of the road, it's going to freeze up and it's going to bust out. There was probably a 30, 40 strip missing out of that gutter because there's no bonding to it.
Okay,
We have several pictures of different things.
how about, Sheila, did you have something else to add, or? Okay.
I got something to add.
Okay, well, come up to the microphone, please. What's your name?
John Wagner, live in 1819 Peoria Street. These folks here have got a legitimate gripe. Mr. Perez, he's been at my house, 3 times? The whole garage floor in my garage is washed away. I got a north wall that is deteriorated. This is because when it rains, the water comes down 15th Street, comes right through Louis Marfell's driveway, off 15th Street, right into my garage. I've got gullies. I've got mud that deep in my garage. My insurance company, they tell me there's nothing you can do because it's collapsed. The building hasn't collapsed. So I guess I got to wait till the garage just falls in and then turn it in. But I'll tell you what, I'm getting sick of it. This has gone on, 3 years, Rodney?
I believe you called me over for the first time about 1.5 years ago, yes.
Yeah, well, this has been going on 3 years. I can't get anybody to answer it. Nobody knows what's going on. It just passed the buck.
Okay, anybody else? Public comment?
I'd like to touch on that, Your Honor, if I could.
Yes.
Mr. Wagner contacted me about 1.5 years ago, and I've seen the concerns that he had with the water coming down the road there and going over the driveway and down into his garage area. So I made contact with Chamlin Engineering, and Mike Ricketta and I went up to the property, and Mike and I walked up and down the street, and Mike looked at it, and with that program, street program being done for that year, Mike looked at it and said, well, we could put another inlet over on Putnam and 15th Street, which could help alleviate that problem, at least for now. And we went ahead and approved that. The Public Works Department committee approved that, and the engineering firm went in and had a inlet put in. And then this year, former Alderman Mazak and I put that street on the maintenance program for this year. And including in that program, I don't believe there's any other street work that's being done this year that is involved, that includes so much. They graded it, resurfaced, put in new curbing on the south side of the road along with a new gutter. And I've been contacted a few times to come and look at the project with the concerns of the neighbors and the issues that they're seeing being done up there. So I contacted Mike Ricketta again to come up and take a look, and he's been communicating with the neighbors and the Trevero that's been doing the road project. And so Mike's been up there from the engineering firm along with myself, and I really don't know until we look at the pictures or until it goes in front of the committee. I believe the committee's going to have a special meeting or call for one on Monday morning. Is that when you planned on having that, or?
We can't have it this Monday. We will call a special meeting as soon as we decide on the time.
So when he brought the concerns, we tried to act as fast as we could and actually got it on the road program.
Okay, maybe the engineers then can answer my question is, when it rained real heavy, the
inlet
fix before they fixed the road, the water goes right around it. I was up there and stood and watched it for a half hour, and the water goes right around it.
I think I am with the engineering firm. Mike Ricketta is here, who is familiar with that project site. I typically think it's better if we have all the data in front of us, if we can sit down at a committee meeting, look at the pictures, we can talk about the concerns, but to try to debate and solve a problem at this forum is typically not very effective.
And what's
in my
your name,
opinion.
sir?
Mike Perry with
Mike
Chamlin
Perry?
Associates.
How can I get a hold of you? I wish you'd come up and look at my garage.
You can reach me at the Chamlin office at 223-3344.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, you don't have a date at this time for Public Works?
Could we try having it, are we allowed to be there?
Absolutely.
What's the odds of having the meeting in the evening, like tonight's meeting? I travel out of town, I work in Chicago. Next Tuesday I'm going to Iowa, so we need to try to get it in the evening, or try getting it resolved sometime a little sooner if possible. I'll be gone for a week next week, 6 or 7 days in Iowa.
All right, it will be the week after that
Okay.
then.
I'm requesting that we have it in the evening so I can attend.
We can do that.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, any other public comment at this time? Okay, there's no closed session. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second, Your Honor.
The motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, meeting adjourned.